Welcome everyone to Edekee's Open Air Live. This is actually aimed to help educate the public relative to our two market focus for Edekee, which is for content creators and for businesses, right? So basically, Edekee aims to be one of the leading e-commerce company hoping to change the industry of e-commerce with videos. The opportunity for brands and also content creators to be able to sell products and earn easily. That is actually our aim. Moving on, today our topic is monetizing your creative skill as a content creator, right? So we know that in today's age and time, things have changed, right? And there have been improvements relative to video streaming. The industry has become really, really large for people to dive into. But the truth is that, irrespective of that, very few content creators actually earn from this. So they have the skill sets, they got what it takes, but they don't know how to actually make money with their creative skills. So today, that is exactly what we're gonna be looking at, and I will be diving into telling you different tips that could help you monetize your creative skills, and also addressing some questions which were actually sent down. And we'll also be looking at the challenges that the creator economy actually faces and addressing some of those challenges. I hope we're following. Please do not forget to share the live so we could have other people on deck. Okay, our guest is actually here. So before I bring her up, I would do you a quick recap for those of us that actually just joining. So Edekee is a video commerce platform that helps connect people to products. We aim at making use of two of the basic client base, which are content creators and brands. So brands in general, as long as you have a product to sell and you function on the social online spaces, right? So on Edekee, you're actually able to create shops and sell your products, and at the same time get links with content creators to push out your products. So today, I would recap again. We're talking about monetizing your creative skills as a content creator. So we are going to be introducing our guest. I hope she's still here. Her name is Miss Tolu. She's popularly known as Tanum Creations. She is a content creator and a WhatsApp marketing expert. So I will be bringing her up in a minute, and she would have 20 minutes to address us on the topic today.
So thanks so much for the invite. I really appreciate it. It's a very big honor to be here. And I really hope that my time here will be worth it. Thank you so much, Fatima. Hi, everybody. So I would actually prefer you ask me questions and I provide answers. So that way my 20 minutes will be well maximized. So you can just go ahead, show your questions, and I'll provide you answers.
The first question I will be throwing on to you is, for content creators monetizing their creative skills, what are 4 tips that you think creators can use or look forward to when they intend trying to monetize their skills?
Okay. So first, I am more of a coach than a creator. So I have courses, I have digital product I've created. I have been opportune to, work for other brands and co-create products together. One thing is very certain. If any business owner is going to strive online, the person has to be a creator. So either you're a business owner, either you're a coach, whatever you are doing, you still have to create stuff. You still have to create content, right? Because the currency of online marketing is actually content. So this means that if you really want to strive online, you need to be a content creator, directly or indirectly. Just to confirm that you can hear me and you're following, please, whatever I say that resonates with you, I will appreciate if you can type it out in the comment section so that I can see and know that you are with me, okay? So if I say something and you hear it, kindly type it in the comment section. So the first thing I've said is that everyone has to create content. Whether you're on this live and you are a content creator, you are a business owner, you are a real estate person, or whatsoever it is, you still have to be a content creator, directly or indirectly. So the skills I believe that a content creator needs to have to monetize their knowledge. Number one, I believe every content creator should be audacious. Every content should be audacious about their creative prowess, about what they are doing, about their products, right? So next thing you need as a content creator is audacity. You really need to be audacious about whatsoever you are doing, because the truth is everyone is growing, right? Even the best content creator, so to say, is in his growing phase. So we are all growing. So whatsoever phase of life you find yourself, you are still in a growth phase. But what will set you apart from whatsoever is coming behind you, whatsoever has gone ahead of you, is the audacity you have in your current knowledge. So you can be the best in your field, but yet you will not be able to put out the good works you've done because you are scared, you are doubting, you don't believe in yourself. You don't feel like what the product you have created or the content you have created is worthy enough to see the light of Instagram or to see the light of WhatsApp or whatever platform that you put in your content. So the very first skill you need as a creator is audacity, right? You need to be very audacious. So much that at the end of creating anything, you are like, I don't care if I don't care what people think about this thing, but this work I have presented right here is my best work at this stage of life I am currently, and I'm going to put it out. So the first thing you need to settle with yourself is audacity. And the only way you can be audacious is if you believe in yourself, right? If you place so much value in yourself that you feel like whatsoever you are creating makes enough sense to you first before any other person. So the first skill you need as a creative is audacity, right? So the second skill you need as a creative is marketing skills. You need to be able to market yourself. So everybody is a content creator, right? But what we put money in on your table, we put money in your pocket, is your ability to market the type of content you are creating. So it could be the best of video editor, but that will not put any money in your pocket. It could be the best of graphic designer, but what will really, really feed you, put money in your pocket, and keep you going is your ability to market yourself. And how do you market yourself? So marketing yourself is basically your ability to communicate what you do in a way that the people that need it understand. So for instance, on this call, I see Socials by Tamara. And I think Socials by Tamara is into email marketing. So that is what she creates, right? She creates email content. Now, Socials by Tamara can be the best of email marketers. She could be very good at using MailChimp, using all of those platforms. But nobody will find out about her if she does not communicate it, right? If she does not constantly come up with marketing messages to tell the world that, oh, my name is Tamara, this is what I do, this is how I can help you, these are my offers, and things like that. So as a creative, much more than developing your creative powers, much more than doing all of those things, it's very important that you invest in your marketing knowledge, because you are going to be a frustrated graphic designer if you don't have customers. You're going to be a frustrated video editor if you don't have customers. In fact, over time, your creativity will die down, right? Because you will need stuff, you will need devices, you will need airports, you will need all of those things. And you need clients to pay you for your skills, to be able to fund your lifestyle, right? And I mean your creative lifestyle, your gadgets and all of those things. The second thing you should work on is your marketing skills. So how do you start? How do you start your marketing journey? So the first is convince yourself. Try to sell yourself to yourself, right? Try to ask yourself. For instance, I'm into WhatsApp marketing. I do WhatsApp marketing. So I would ask myself, like, if I was a business owner that needed a WhatsApp marketer and I met me, Tano, what will I tell myself, right? What will I have to tell myself to get this person employing me? So this is the mistake most of us make. So you go to an event and you're like, oh, what do you do? And you say, oh, I'm a digital marketer. Oh, I am a graphic designer. Oh, nobody understands that English. It's funny how it is only Gen Z. It is we Gen Z that understand these things. It's we Gen Z that if I tell a fellow Gen Z that I'm a content creator, they get it, right? But the truth is, your money is not in the pocket of Gen Z. Unfortunately, the people that will really pay you the money that you need, they are not Gen Zs, right? They are not people in their 20s. Because if you check a normal creative rate card, you see things like $100, $200. Gen Z do not have that money. Like, you're really not looking for Gen Z. You're looking for people that they need you, but they can't do what you can do, right? An average Gen Z can use Canva. An average Gen Z can use InShot. An average Gen Z can use MailChimp. So Gen Zs are not, somehow, to a large extent, they are not exactly the type of people you are looking for. You're looking for a little more of the older generation. But you would have to communicate properly to get these people to understand you, right? For instance, if you tell your mom that I am a social media manager, they'll be like, what are you doing? What is that? So it is your responsibility as a creative to explain what you do in simple English. For instance, I am a graphic designer. In simple English, you can go ahead and say that, oh, I create interactive flyers to communicate what you do. I help you create marketing materials like your flyers. So for instance, if you have a product you want to launch, right? For instance, if you have a product you want to launch and you're looking how to launch it online, how I create professional designs, professional videos that would help you communicate what you do to your audience, and that's where you make more sales. This makes more sense than just telling someone you are a graphic designer. So the first thing is you need to be able to explain to yourself what you do in simple English. So number 3 is personal development. So as a creative, the very moment you start putting out your work, somehow you get a whole lot of accolade. Like, you could just put out one video and everybody will be like, oh, it's nice, it's great, it's awesome, it's beautiful. Like, you'll be getting so many comments that you might forget that there is still more, right? There is still more in your creative journey. There is still more that you can make of your creative journey. So as creatives, we have to be very careful of getting drained up in the accolades of people that we forget to develop ourselves, right? So we have to focus more on developing ourselves than getting carried away by the accolades of people. So it's okay for you to put out a content and you get a lot of likes, you get a lot of comments, and people are just like, oh, or there's a particular phase of life whereby you're just getting a lot of DMs. Everybody just wants to work with you. Everybody just wants to connect with you. And it just feels like you are the limelight of the moment. But it takes conscious effort to remind yourself that you are only as relevant as the current knowledge that you have, right? So you are only as relevant. So you cannot work with somebody that needs more than the knowledge that you currently have. So your level of relevance ends where your level of knowledge ends, right? So for instance, I can't set up a landing page, right? But I can do many other things. The truth is that later in life, I might meet somebody that needs that particular thing, that wants to employ that particular skill, but I won't fit into that position because my level of relevance ends where my level of knowledge ends. So it's very important that even in the old glamour of accolades, we don't get lost in personal development. So the final thing I want to say as regards this skill, is ability to self-motivate yourself. So it's not every time that every content you put out will do so well. There's some content that will not get a whole lot of engagement. So it's absolutely fine. We see creatives like Salem King and social media talk about these things, that much more than focusing on numbers that you can't control. Like, you can't control how people will like or comment on your post, but definitely you can control the number of times you show up on your Instagram. You can control the number of content that you put out on your Instagram. So much more than focusing on the things you can't control, focus more on the things you can control. So yes, that would be my answer to that question.
Okay, so like I was saying, Tolu touched on 4 tips you should consider as a content creator, right? And she mentioned being audacious, right? And having the marketing skills, be relatable, like your content being relatable and adding value, not just pushing out any content at all. What are some of the challenges you think content creators face when trying to monetize their content, and how do you think they can solve these issues? For one, I would say it's consistency. they find it hard to be consistent, right? What challenges do you think that content creators face, and how do you think they can actually solve that problem?
I think it's the fact that people don't value our skill. So you know that if I make this t-shirt, if I tell you that this t-shirt is 10,000 naira, the first question you will most likely ask me is, what's the brand? And once I tell you that, oh, it's from Gucci, it's from Gabbani, you'll be like, oh, it's cheap, it's affordable, bring it. So somehow, material things it's very easy to price material stuffs, right? It's very, like, if I ask you how much is your hair, if you tell me 60K, I'll most likely not question you. If you tell me that, oh, you got it for 200K, I'm like, oh, it's fine, hair is expensive. But bring it down to a creative work, right? So a creative work is priceless, right? There is no price attached to it. The person doing it determines the price. So a video can be 10 minutes. A video can be as short as 5 seconds. And the creator will decide to make that video 200,000 naira. So it becomes a problem for the person paying, because they don't see the work, right? To them, it's just a 5 seconds video. I mean, just for instance, this Instagram live, to every other person, it's just an Instagram live. So if you come to meet me that you want to have me on your Instagram live, it's just an Instagram live. But it's much more for a creative. It's their time, it's their knowledge, it's their creative energy. They have to show up and all of those things. So it becomes a problem, because having to communicate the number of effort you put into your work, the time, the preparation, and the trainings you have gone through for years, it doesn't make sense to the price, right? It doesn't make sense to the price. Like, for instance, you see some graphic designers that they literally spend hours, they spend days to finally come up with a logo, like some logos, and at the end of the day, they get nothing more than 5,000 naira, 7,000 naira. So it's a major problem in the creative space. The major problem in the creative space for me will be the price, right? Pricing your stuff and making the people paying see that you are not overcharging them. You're literally charging them your worth. So yes, that'll be it.
All right. All right. Thank you very much, Tolu. The way you were saying it, it was almost like for you, it's a pain indeed. It's actually a pain. For every content creator, it is, because it's one that knows what you are worth, right? You know your capabilities. But then, because all these people, they don't really have like full knowledge of what you're doing for them, they think that you are actually overpricing when you give them. So that's actually very, very much relatable. And I would say, for me, stick to your price, because at the end of the day, you will get the clients that are looking for, that knows the value and would pay for it. Okay, we're actually running. Let's take one more question. So, what do you think are some of the factors that are contributing to the rise of the creative economy, the creators economy? Because now we see that lots of people are jumping into being content creators. They make videos, right? They want to be influencers and stuff like that. So, what do you think is contributing?
Okay, so the first is that there is a rise in demand, right? So it's just like the principle of economics, right? The higher the demand, the more the supply, or something like that. You know that thing they taught us in primary school now. So there is a demand, right? Because businesses are now thinking of ways to come online. You see, sometimes I always think, right now, the current mindset of the Gen Z is that you need to be online to strive, right? Your business has to be online. But back in the days, Dangote has no Instagram page. Dangote was not on Facebook, right? Yes, Dangote has a striving business. Do you get? So back in those days, you didn't exactly have to be online to survive. You didn't exactly have to be online to have a very big business. So people are just coming to understand that the generation is changing. Times are changing. Things are changing. So people are preferring ordering things online than walking into physical store, right? As a matter of fact, people would not mind if they could order a whole pot of soup, rice, everything, bring it to my house, clothes, everything. Let me just do everything in my house, So there is already a rise in demand. People want, this generation, we are turning towards the digital space. So this demand is creating job opportunities. Because for your business to strive online, you need content, you need to run ads, you need to write, you need to edit videos, you need to do designs. So these are holes that people need to fix, right? To fill, right? Rather, these are holes that people need to fill. And this is where creatives come in. So in the next few years, creative will be earning more than doctors. Creative will be earning more than people that, in those days, you had to be a doctor to be successful. Your parents literally tell you, please go and study doctor. But now you see parents training their children to be creative, training their children to be digital creators, to be tech bros and tech guys, because that is where the world is going. Because it will get to a point whereby doctors will need content creators, right? Pharmacists will need content. I work for a pharmacy, and they have an online pharmacy. So literally, they have a behind the scenes team. So we create content for them, we edit videos for them, we do designs for them, and all of these things. Yet, most of us are not pharmacists. So it's just the journey of we are going. It's where the world in general is going to. And there will still be more of it. So yes.
Thank you very much, Tolu. That was so very incisive. Like, I'm sure everybody from the live must have picked one or two things. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it. Thank you for being very much appreciate who was able to make it to cast. Just know that we appreciate you. We see you. Thank you for taking out your time. We really believe that no knowledge ever goes to waste at any point in time. So it's good once you have something, quickly grab it. And today, Tolu, thank you for pouring out from your pool of knowledge for us. We appreciate it very much. So rounding off, I will let you guys know this is something that Edekee has been aiming to do, to have live sessions once every month or twice every month to help content creators and also help businesses grow in whatever way we can. And relative to what we're currently doing, if you're a content creator and working with Edekee, all you have to do is do well to send us a message on our IG, a direct message saying creator hooked. So once you send that message, we would reply you and direct you in the way necessary to become on the Edekee platform. We really do appreciate the time. You guys enjoy the rest of your day. I would not want to waste time out because we're actually past our time limit for today. Handles, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and also leave a comment section if you have a suggestion, and message to us on our IG page with Creator Hooked. If you are a creator interested with working, really going to be awesome. All right, y'all have a wonderful day. Stay blessed and stay safe. Season greetings to you all from all of us at Edekee. Bye.